everyone! Today, I'm diving into Wild Forest, a fast-paced, real-time strategy game where you build bases, deploy unique units, and outsmart your opponents, all with Web3 integration. In this video, we'll go through the tutorial together, explore what you can do in the game beyond PvP battles, and take a quick look at some issues I've noticed. I'll also share a few ideas on how these could be improved. If that sounds good, let's get started. Here's what the main hub looks like. As you can see, there aren't too many options, and honestly, I think that's a huge plus these days. Surprisingly though, to access the tutorial, you'll need to hit the To Battle button. This is the battlefield, the place where our strategic skills will be put to the test. Your deck is at the bottom of the screen, with each unit's mana cost in the top left corner. To summon a unit, pay its cost and drag it onto the battlefield. Your mana pool is shown in the bottom left corner and regenerates automatically. To move your unit, simply swipe from it to the spot you want it to go, or the enemy you want it to attack. You can destroy enemy buildings the same way. However, keep in mind that guard towers are the only structures that fight back, and they can take down your units fairly quickly. It's time to recruit new units. However, barracks have a cooldown, represented by the yellow bar above them, so you won't be able to summon an entire army all at once. That's why it's a good idea to build a second barracks. You can only place buildings on construction points. Simply select a point within your controlled area and choose barracks from the 3 available structures. Now we can easily recruit new soldiers and send them to destroy the tower. To send your entire army at once, simply double tap the spot you want them to go. Now that the tower and enemy units are gone, we can capture the area. Only after it's under our control can we use the construction points located there. And that wraps up this part of the tutorial. We'll still need to build a tower and defeat an enemy using our newly gained knowledge. The basics are covered. Now it's time to dive into the more advanced stuff. After completing the first tutorial, we're back at the main view. To start the second tutorial, simply hit the To Battle button again. First, we learn that the game has a day and night cycle. It's a great mechanic because at night, everything is hidden under the fog of war. This makes it the perfect time for strategic planning and positioning your units. While scouting enemy territory, we encounter a knight. This is a Tier 2 unit, which we also have in our starting deck. To recruit such a unit, we need to upgrade our barracks to level 2. Similarly, if we want to deploy a Tier 3 unit in the future, we'll need barracks upgraded to the corresponding level. Now we can summon our own knight. Keep in mind that units are summoned from specific barracks. If you have multiple barracks at different levels, upgrading one doesn't unlock higher tier units across the board. Also, don't forget about the cooldowns for using each building. Since higher tier units are more expensive, a small boost to mana production would be helpful. That's where the last type of building comes in, mines. Unlike towers and barracks, mines only have a single level and can't be upgraded further. That's it for the gameplay mechanics covered in the tutorial. The rest is up to you. Strategic planning, positioning your units, and making smart decisions. But before I show you the other features of the game, let me share one small trick that's been super helpful for me. This is a clip from one of my games. As you can see, there's a tower on one of the areas I control. When I built it, it had strategic importance, but now the area seems completely secure. Let's repurpose it into barracks instead. Although you still need to cover the mana cost for the new building, restructuring your facilities can be a game changer for your strategy. Now that you know how to play, let's take a look at what else this game has to offer. After completing the tutorial, additional options have unlocked in the menu. Cards and Battle Pass. Let's start by checking out the cards section. This is where we can browse available units and set up our deck. As you've probably noticed, there are 3 tiers of units, with higher tiers offering more powerful options. Here, we can also view detailed information about our units. Let's take a look at the sniper. On this screen, we can check out the unit's stats, abilities, and the maximum number we can deploy on the battlefield. This is also where we'll level up our units using their specific shards and gold. You can earn these shards by leveling up your battle pass or progressing along the trophy road. Let's take a look at the battle pass next. In the Battle Pass, we can claim rewards for completing its tasks. Even the free Battle Pass is a valuable source of coins, hero shards, and units. Plus, with 200 levels to progress through, it's not going to run out anytime soon. Let's take a look at the tasks. As you can see, the tasks are pretty straightforward. They might require you to summon a certain number of units of a specific type or play a set number of games. This means that even if you lose a match, you can still easily level up your battle pass and, in turn, improve your deck. We also have a shop where you can buy items using essence earned by burning units, as well as the $WF token. The game also features the camp, which passively generates gold for regular players without any additional perks. However, if you're a lord, you gain access to extra functionalities. To show you an important mechanic, we'll need to play a match. After finishing the tutorial, you must join a division to access PvP. When I recorded this, there were 5 divisions with unit level limits. Now there are 3. If you're new to Wild Forest, pick the last one. I'll skip the match itself and jump straight to the results. As you can see, I won my match and even managed to complete 2 missions along the way. Now let's check out the Trophy Road tab, which unlocked after completing our first match. This is another place that tracks our progress and rewards us for victories. Here we'll earn coins, hero fragments, and most importantly, access to better units. Let me show you my Trophy Road after playing a few matches. Reaching the 2nd league unlocked units like the Ninja, Juggernaut, and Spearman. Only now can these units and their shards drop from chests. But take a look at how incredibly long this road is. As you can see, currently there are 8 leagues, and as you progress, you'll unlock dozens of playable unit types. Now that we've collected shards for different heroes, let me show you how to upgrade units. Let's head to the Cards tab and select the Sniper. Take a look at the bar below the character. We have enough shards and coins to upgrade the unit. And that's it. Simple, right? And finally, let's take a quick look at the Marathon, also known as daily tasks. By securing 3 wins in a day, you earn extra hero shards. The best part is, these don't need to be consecutive days. Every successful day counts toward your progress for the season. There's also an arcade mode, which unlocks once you reach 500 rating. It's a casual game mode where you play with a randomly generated deck that changes every few hours. It's a great place to test different types of units and focus purely on strategy. And that's about it. Wild Forest is a game with beautiful graphics, dynamic strategic gameplay, matches that last no longer than 10 minutes, and a simple, user-friendly menu where everything is just a click away. Honestly, I was hooked from the very first matches. And believe me, I'd love to end my review here, but I can't ignore a series of issues I've encountered in this game. So now, I'd like to offer a different perspective, highlighting these problems and sharing a few ideas on how they could be addressed. I started playing Wild Forest just before the switch from 5 divisions to 3. With 5, matchmaking usually paired me with opponents at a similar level due to the level 5 cap. Now, with only 3 divisions, matches often turn into complete stomps, leaving no chance to fight back. At first, I thought the issue was the level cap, especially since the easiest division now allows units up to level 15, while basic heroes cap at level 5. But the problem goes deeper than that. One issue is that my opponents often had high-tier units, while I was stuck with basic ones. For example, I didn't have access to healers, flying units, or tanks. Even though we both had units below level 15, the difference was massive. Second, take a look at the ranking differences after the match. Not only am I being matched with opponents several thousand points higher, but when I lose, I only drop 1 point while they gain 3. The disparity is huge. Why would a player even try to move up to a higher division when they can dominate beginners here and gain so much? My solution is simple. Divisions should be assigned through placement matches. After each season, ranks reset slightly to keep players at a fair skill level. A tier system like bronze or silver could tie rewards to rank. Of course, there's a risk that matchmaking could take too long, but when player numbers are low, sometimes radical decisions are needed. Introducing bots to fill the gaps might be worth considering. Let's move on to units, as there's a lot that could be improved here. The disparities when facing leveled up units are massive. For example, a Juggernaut gains boosts to HP, armor, damage, and DPS with just 1 level. And these aren't minor increases. We're talking several % per stat per level. Moreover, the training time for high-level units in the barracks is the same as for low-level ones. As a result, a single unit with a 3-4 level advantage can easily crush even 2 weaker ones of the same type. My idea to balance things out and make gameplay more interesting? Higher league and higher level units should take a bit longer to train. This already works between unit tiers, but I'd extend it to leagues and levels as well. Of course, balance is key here. I'm just suggesting solutions. Additionally, if leveling up allowed us to choose which stat to improve, it could add a strategic layer to the game. For example, we could decide that our Juggernaut becomes a massive tank by focusing on armor. Cool, but it would mean sacrificing high damage output since we'd be investing in defense instead of offense. For this to work, unit collision would need to be introduced. Right now, units overlap with each other, which not only makes splash damage overly powerful, but also undermines the role of a tank, as it can't function properly without collision mechanics. One more key topic regarding units. I haven't mentioned this before, but units come in different ranks, or rarities, if you prefer. As rarity increases, so do their stats and the level cap to which they can be upgraded. Let's take a look at the Juggernaut as an example. Pay attention to its base stats and how leveling up impacts those values. Both units are at level 1. Here's the common version, and here's the rare one. The differences are massive, aren't they? On top of that, the rare version scales its stats much more with each level. As if that wasn't enough, the rare unit can be upgraded to a higher level, making it even more overpowered. My solution is surprisingly simple. Let's keep the stat disparity as it is, but reverse the level caps. A Mystic unit could max out at level 15, but be as powerful as a level 40 common unit. This way, players can choose whether to invest in high-rank units to save time, resources, and coins, or stick with commons and grind their way to a similar result. This approach gives players with lower-rank units a fighting chance through time and effort. Finally, I think adding new game modes would help a lot. Arcade unlocks too late, and it's such a fantastic system, where everything depends purely on strategic planning since both players have the same cards. Why not even give it a separate ranking? I believe many players would enjoy this kind of gameplay. Additional modes could focus more on strategic objectives, reducing the impact of disparities in unit power. Personally, I dream of a PvE mode where I could team up with a friend to take on a powerful shared enemy. And that's really all from me for today. I wanted to focus on constructive criticism by highlighting not just the issues, but also potential solutions. Some of you might be wondering, why go through all this? The answer is simple. I see a lot of potential in this project. I really like the core gameplay. However, I'm concerned that in its current state, attracting and retaining new players won't be easy. I've had some conversations with the team. They're an amazing group of people dedicated to delivering a great game, and don't shy away from tough questions. So I hope there are no hard feelings after this video. I'd love to check back on Wild Forest in a few months and see it thriving. Fun, popular, and accessible to everyone. And with that, I'm signing off. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and follow my profile on X for more content like this. Take care, and see you next time.